Okay, so of course we are here with legendary cinematographer Dean Cundey, who is known for greats like Back to the Future, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Jurassic Park, and of course Halloween, among many others. Mr. Cundey, if I could call you Mr. Cundey.
Yeah.
How do you feel about coming to a convention such as this? Because you're not going to conventions, at least I don't think, for Jurassic Park. You're not going to conventions for Back to the Future necessarily. But this Halloween horror thing has been a constant for the last 15 years or so. Is it something that you admire? Is it something that you think, this is kind of crazy? Or is this something that you really enjoy?
Well, I really enjoy coming to this because these conventions typically are thematic in that they are about horror.
Right.
And horror is such a popular, genre.
It is, yeah.
Because we get to experience an emotion that, would be dangerous in real life.
Yes.
But we get that vicarious kind of experience.
Absolutely.
So I love coming to see the dark side.
Right.
I love coming to these conventions that celebrate, a lot of the iconic films.
That's right.
But to meet fans and to show them photos and talk stories about things, so to me it's a lot of fun and a lot of gratification to see how many fans there are.
I can imagine, because as a DP, I mean, you're behind the scenes, and as we know, unless you're not that you're not a recognized name, I mean, you certainly are because of the films that you've worked on, but in terms of directing and producing, unless you're a Spielberg or a Scorsese, usually behind the scenes, a lot of the times you don't even know who the DP is.
No.
So for you to come out here and this must feel sort of kind of like, wow, I'm getting a lot of recognition for work I never thought that I might, in some sort of unusual way.
Yeah, it's very true that I really enjoy sort of seeing how many people recognize the films I've worked on.
Right.
And I've been very, very fortunate.
Absolutely.
To have worked on some very iconic films.
Amazing.
And I can go almost anywhere in the world and meet somebody who's seen one of my films.
One of your films. It's unbelievable.
So it's great coming to a convention to see how many people there are who like this particular niche of films.
Right.
And then also recognize Back to the Future.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing when you look up your portfolio, the work that you have done. Is there a particular film? I mean, obviously we can talk about Halloween, but I mean, you've talked about that ad nauseum, and there's plenty of things online with you talking about it. But is there a particular movie that you've worked on, which I'm sure you've been asked before, but that stands out above the rest that you think, I really enjoyed that? Something other than Halloween, perhaps, that you think I'm particularly proud of that.
I typically point to three films that I'm proud of for what we accomplished.
Right.
Technique. Roger Rabbit.
Oh, unbelievable.
The Back to the Future trilogy.
Yes.
And Jurassic Park. Each one of those had new technology, new problem solving, new experiences we could give the audience,
Right.
Those are the three.
Those are the three that you think are extra proud of those. Yeah, those are a good three. Two last questions. In regards to Halloween, the original, what is the shot that you're most proud of in that first movie? Because there's many of them that are really nice.
I don't know. I think the most unique was the opening shot with the Steadicam, the Panaglide that went all through the house and set up Michael Myers, set up the motif.
Yes.
And nobody had done a shot that elaborate before with it. It's the very first time someone used a Panaglide.
Right.
So I think in Halloween, that's probably the shot that I most remember.
It's probably the one I think everybody sort of goes to when they think of that. Right. I'll just add a beat of that because it's related to that shot. At the very end, when the father removes the clown mask from
Right.
Michael's face, and the parents aren't moving, and the camera is pulling back and upwards.
Right.
There are many fans that are confused, that think, well, why are the parents just standing
Yeah.
there? Why aren't they moving? And I've
Right.
had to explain to a few people that it's what would be perceived as a cinematic tableau. It's
Right,
it's a moment in time.
Exactly.
Would you confirm that?
Yeah,
Is that-
I would say so. You know,
Yeah.
as viewers, when we watch a movie, when something moves,
Yeah.
our eye goes to that.
Right.
And what we were trying to do with the parents not moving was to make sure the attention was focused on young Michael.
Right.
Had the parents been moving and chastising him and, saying what
Yes.
a bad boy you are or whatever,
Right.
it would have taken away from making Michael the center of
Right.
that shot. So,
Right. And we don't need to see that because we're assuming that that's about to happen anyway.
exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Well, is there anything else that are you working on anything else now, or are you?
I'm always working
Dabbling
on
here and there?
something. Dabbling, yeah.
Yeah.
I did a feature for Netflix recently. I've done some commercials in the last few days.
Very cool.
A couple of projects coming up. So yeah,
Very cool.
I enjoy working still.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time, Richard. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.